JB Illusion, welcome back to the continuing adventures of Stealth, the Elven Rigger, and Shadowrun Dragonfall. There is one character that we really haven't done much talking to, so I feel like, even though, you know, many people do not like this character, I feel like he does deserve his 5 minutes. Let's go talk to Blitz and see what's up, because I do believe after we take our payment to Alice, we may not be able to talk to him about this. So let's see what's on Blitz's mind right now, shall we? Oi, Chief. Thanks again for the help with that little side run. I really do appreciate it. He offers you a winning smile, but falls almost immediately. I'm a happy guy. Really, I am. Really, Blitz. You are great at convincing people of things. What's going on, Blitz? Our thoughts about that last run? Ain't thoughts about that last run. What's going on, Blitz? Come on. Blitz stares past you as he speaks, avoiding eye contact. Oh, nothing much. Doing fine. Why do you ask? Because you don't look fine, man. Do you care? If it has an impact on your job performance, you bet I do. Especially after last time. Chief, please. I always operate at 100%, especially when I'm on a run. Okay. Are you still moping about those debts? No, boss, because the debts don't mean a thing to me. He hesitates for a moment, then plows forward. The girl that I racked him up for, though, she's a different story. I might be in some trouble, Chief. Alright, what kind of trouble? Well, when Emile left me, she disappeared with a bunch of my decking gear, right? I just did some housekeeping and I discovered something. She also hacked my old cyber deck, really. She did a great job covering her tracks, but I can see the signs. She lifted a file from me before she left. What kind of day are we talking about? No idea, Chief. I grabbed it on a lark when me and Emile were goofing around in the Matrix. The file was encrypted to all hell, and I never could get open. I only took the damn thing because she told me not to. She said that security would be too tight, that I'd get myself killed, but I waltzed in there and took it, all the same. Wow, that's... Maybe you should have been a little bit more careful? You should have seen me, Chief. It was a thing of beauty. I don't think I've ever been as much on my A game as I was that day. Blitz, where did you take this data from? A corporate database, you know, no big deal. Tell me which corporation, Blitz. Oh, you know, no one important. Blitz continues smiling at you for a few seconds and looks away. I stole it from Asa Technology. Come on, Blitz. We just had to deal with all those blood mages. I won't have to do that again. A tinge of red crawls into Blitz's cheeks. He shuffles his feet. In hindsight, it might not have been the best of ideas. You think? Yeah, I guess. Emile wasn't too impressed either. Our only really big fight was over that stupid file. Anyway, time passed. Eventually we made up and laughed the whole thing off. Or at least I thought we did. Truth be told, I forgot all about it until I realized that the data had gone missing. You know that you can't let this slide. My advice, walk away, Blitz. Alright. So the love of your life took your encrypted file and bailed on you. What are you going to do about it? I don't know, Chief. The whole incident has me rethinking a lot of things. What if she took the file to protect the Aussies? What if she's with them? Then I would suggest, you know, just cut your ties and be at ease. I gotta admit, this has me worried. I'm even torn up now. Oh, I'm even more torn up now than I was before. He meets your gaze, and you can see the concern gnawing at him. I don't know what to do, but I'm open to suggestions. If she hacked your deck, you can't let her get away with that. Your reputation's at stake. Not really, because no one knows about that. I'm your team leader, not your relationship counselor. Get your head in the game and stop worrying about your ex. You got a direction to look in now. If I were you, I'd get back in the Matrix and find her. Your ex did you a favor. If the Aussies haven't come after you yet, they probably aren't going to. So drop it and move on. I agree. I think that maybe she might not be working for the Aussies. She's either working for the Aussies or she's protecting Blitz from the Aussies. Whatever was up with that info that she was looking for, maybe she was going to steal it for a run anyhow? I don't know how this works out, but I'm just going to tell Blitz, you know what? Maybe pull back on it, man. Don't go too into it. Maybe you're right. I'll try to let it go. He shakes his head. I just hope that I'm wrong about all this. Glad we settled that. I've got to get going. Later. Later, Chief. We got anything else from Blitz? At the sound of your approach, Blitz stubs out his cigarette. He gives you a curt nod. Stealth, I'd offer you a smoke, but that was my last one. You still look distracted, Blitz. Let me guess, you didn't take my advice, did you? I'm never distracted, Chief. Laser focus right here. But, you're right. I did keep looking into a meal, and I found something. After our talk, I went wading into the as the technology made... Why? That I could find. Nothing too deep. Don't worry, I didn't want to set off any alarm bells, but I had a hunch that if I poked around long enough, I'd find something that might lead me to a meal. And sure enough, I did. A message from the genuine article herself. Wait, she messaged you? Sure enough, sent me a note. Want to hear what it said? He presses forward without waiting for a response. I'll tell you. The note said, and I quote, "Lay off, Blitz. I told you to leave me alone. You've shown admirable self-control over the past year. Please don't give it up now. It'll be back. I'll be back when I can, if I can. Until then, keep away from me for both of our stakes." So I found her, and she wants nothing to do with me again. No explanations, no apologies, just a verbal pat on the head. I've shown admirable self-control, really? She makes it sound like I'm a toddler or something. Did you lay off like the message said? Hell no. I wasn't gonna stand for that. Where does she get off stealing from me and then acting like it was my fault? I tried to trace the message like any good Decker would. And you were successful? No. She's good, Stealth. Better than I ever thought she was. I couldn't trace the damn thing, which means that she might be a better Decker than you. Is she a runner? I could keep digging through. I mean, if she noticed me doing it before, I must have been close. Now, before you say anything, I was more discreet this time. I can be subtle if I have to. Nobody noticed what I was doing, and I did find another clue. I hesitate to ask, Blitz. That's okay. I'll tell you anyway. I found a connection between Emil and Shader Krupp. Whoa! That's not good. So we've got blood mages and dragons, ladies and gentlemen. So do you think that she works for SK then? That she stole the encrypted data from you to give to them? Well, maybe. I don't know, it's confusing. I was also able to track down some message fragments connecting her to the Shocken Wellenreiter. Oh, that's not good. So maybe she was a Shader Krupp mole and she got close to me so that she could, I don't know, so she could profit from my decking expertise? I'm sure, Blitz. Maybe when she told me not to steal the data, she was using reverse psychology. That's gotta be it. She must have wanted me to take it. I don't know about that. He frowns, then shakes his head. But then again, maybe she was with the Shocken Wellenreiter, and she's screwing both the Aussies and SK over. If that's the case, then maybe she was with me because she genuinely wanted to be. Maybe. He pauses for a moment, considering. Then, all at once, he seems to perk up. His chest puffs out, and he nods once decisively. In either case, I should make an effort to find her. I mean, she's playing a dangerous game, whether she's with SK or the Shocken Wellenreiter. Maybe she's gotten herself in too deep. She might need help. I mean, why else would she send me such a cryptic message? Okay, Blitz, you need to chill out now. So, it sounds like she's a spy, or at least she's trying to play as many people against each other as she possibly can for some type of big payoff, whether it's from SK for doing some work against the Aussies, or if it's for the Shocken Wellenreiter on both. And we know that SK run by dragons. As a technology, blood mages, blood magic everywhere. The Shocken Wellenreiter, they've got a ton of information on everybody. Those are three groups you probably don't want to mess with, so she's playing a dangerous game. If she needed your help, she probably would have contacted you with more than, you know, don't come after me, leave me alone. It probably would have been like, help, I need help now. I know you're a Shadowrunner and you have a team together. Come pick me up. I think that you should go after her. She's clearly in over her head. What if she needs you? Blitz, the message was anything but cryptic. She wants you to stay far, far away. Also, she said that she was coming back to you. It's up to you, Blitz. At the end of the day, you're gonna do whatever you want. No. No. Yeah? That's what she said. But I'll bet that she didn't mean it. What? No, when she says something, she probably means it. She probably just didn't want to worry me. Or maybe she said it under duress. I mean, you gotta agree, that's at least worth checking out. Blitz, listen to me. This is a bad idea, and nothing good is going to come from it, because along with one dragon, we may have the possibility of another dragon being pissed off at us, as well as more blood mages, and a bunch of guys with ridiculous intel on everything. Just stay away from it. You worry too much, Chief. I'm the best, remember? So where's the harm in digging a little deeper? I mean, M might need me. If this is how you acted when you and Emil were together, I can see why she left. Ooh, he recoils as if you'd punch him. Whoa, that was a pretty messed up thing to say, Chief. It was also accurate. You routinely ignore those around you because you think that you know better. I'm here to tell you, you do not know better. Tell him. But Blitz, listen to me. You need to show some more of that self-control and drop this. Blitz deflates before your eyes. He looks down at his shoes. Yeah. I guess you're right. Okay, boss, you win. I'll let it go. Good. Because we don't need Blitz doing that. But let's get everything together for the Alice Fund. And then we'll head off. Hopefully, we'll check before to make sure that that's actually the end of whatever's going on with Blitz. Just in case he felt like doing something stupid and we're going to have blood mages just pop up somewhere on our next mission. Jobs directory. We have no active jobs. Good. Personnel. Alice Fund. Let's check our messages. Do we have anything new? Re-Blitz. M. To Stealth. Oh, hi. Dear Stealth, please tell Lucas, excuse me, I mean Blitz, that I'm proud of him for not being an idiot. In all seriousness, I know that his first impulse must have been to come riding into my rescue despite the fact that I didn't want him to. The fact that he was willing to listen to me and stay away, well, it means a lot. I wish that I could tell him everything. So much has happened, but for now, I'm afraid that I have to keep quiet. Lives depend on it. Please tell him to sit tight and that I'll be in touch when I can. And please tell him that I love him. Oh, okay. We saved his relationship. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's head off to go take care of this Alice Fund. And I'm hoping at some point in time maybe we could pick up 2 new drones. That's what I'm hoping. Let's talk to Blitz one more time just to check in. Is he good? Blitz is clearly still as tense as ever. The table in front of him is littered with cigarette butts, and there's an enormous mug of soy calf cradled in his hands. He looks up at you with a tortured grin. Hey, Chief, what can I do for you? Nothing much, Lucas. Hey, I've got something for you. Really? He straightens and his eyes go wide. Wait a second, how'd you know that name? I found a message waiting in my inbox. It was directed to you. He swallows hard. Who was this message from? Take a look. He grabs your wrist and pulls it towards himself, angling his head to read the screen of your PDA. A few seconds later, he looks up at you with a grin. Well, you were right. Of course I was. I'm always right. Nah, seems that way. Well, I'm glad to hear that she's okay. You ready to leave this behind you and concentrate on your work? Here's a hint. The correct answer is yes. Yeah, boss. No more digging around and no more fishing expeditions. When Emil's ready to come back, she'll come back. I get that now. Oh, that's an important life lesson, everyone. When they're ready to come back, they'll come back. When they're ready to leave, they'll leave. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Let's see what you got. Please tell me upgraded drones. No. Okay. It's alright. We'll fix our drones up a little bit later. Let's head off to the Alice Fund and see what's going down. Okay. Oh. I have to check in with Amzel, I'm sorry. Blitz's love story. Blitz's love story has me all types of confused. I'm still trying to figure out what could she possibly be doing? Whatever it is, she has to be an agent for someone. And then she could possibly be a double agent, which is also ridiculously dangerous. If Blitz had been snooping onto her, they might find out about her past, which is obviously a terrible, terrible thing. Okay, Amzel. I sent a man named to talk to you. He runs things in neighboring keys. They're on hard times. Okay. Yes, in fact, I've received a message from this man just a short while ago. If this is your wish, I will work with Samuel to coordinate a shipment. Awesome. I did hear about Gunry's missing shipment. By the way, if we are to aid this man, I trust that our misunderstandings with them have been resolved. Yes. And I hope we've made some new allies as well. Today, they're on hard times, but tomorrow it might be the keys. A wise move, Stealth. I think Monica would be proud. Very well, I'll make the necessary arrangements. I'm glad you were able to retrieve Gunry's shipment without needless violence. Good work. I need your password to transfer the Alice payment. Amzel sucks in a deep breath. He suddenly looks as though an enormous weight has been lifted from his shoulders. Yes, very good. Excellent, in fact. This has been a long time coming, Stealth. You're telling me. Amzel turns to open a file on his computer. Alright, Stealth, before you make this transfer, there are a few things that you should know. Okay, firstly, this is a one-way operation. Once the funds have been transferred to the cred stick, the only person who will be able to access them is Alice. As far as the team is concerned, the money will simply disappear. Well, it's not like we're planning on doing anything else with it anyway. Secondly, once you make your way to the rabbit hole, wow, it's called the rabbit hole, with the funds, it's go time. I trust that you understand what I mean by that. We drop everything and head straight to the rabbit hole. Correct. Once you've left to see Alice, her information will be your only priority. No more distractions, and no more side work. I will busy myself canceling your remaining jobs and smoothing any ruffled feathers. Alright, keep going. I don't have all day. Makes sense. Anything else? Just that you need to be sure before committing to this. Time is important. A great dragon wants you dead. Us dead. And that is not a thing to take lightly. But you shouldn't return to the rabbit hole until you are prepared to act. If you have any doubts, then I urge you to wait. I understand. I'm ready to proceed. He breathes a sigh of relief. Excellent. The password is Vulcangin. Once you are en route to the rabbit hole with the funds for Alice's payment, I will cancel the team's remaining obligations. Understood. I have to say, Stealth, this lifts an enormous weight off my shoulders. When Monica brought you on board, I was initially unsure about you. I would never have said that to anyone else, of course, but I kept you under a watchful eye. I can see now that I needn't have doubted her judgment. She chose her successor well. Now please, go fetch the information from Alice. He claps a hand on your shoulder. We're one step closer to surviving this mess. Beautiful. Alright. Let's transfer the Alice payment and get moving, y'all. Check the Alice fund. Let's transfer it. And let me go to my handy dandy notebook. VOLKLIN. Yeah, this might take a little minute. Oh, it's all capital as well. Great password, Paul. Everything's in capital letters. I thought we should have moved past that by this point. VOLKLINGN. There we go. Perfect. The funds disappear from your account. Moments later, a message pops up on the screen. Transfer complete. Sitting in its dock on the keyboard, a green LED blooms to life. On Alice's cred stick, the trigger has been pulled. The rabbit hole waits. Did we at least get a little karma for that? Nope. Okay, let's hop on the U-Bahn and go see Alice. I was hoping we could get access to S-Class drones, you know, soon, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. A little upset by that. Let's just talk to her one more time. I really want those S-Class drones. There are other outfits, but I really prefer what we have right now. The Golden Boy looks great. Intelligence and decking, but I think we'll keep what we got right now. Show me some tech. Hold on. In the market for something exotic. Okay, so she basically has the exact same stuff. What a shame. Let's switch it up and we'll take the one down here next. Here we go. I'm kind of excited by Alice. We can see what exactly Alice is going to show us. Hopefully we can find the good doc and just get this show on the road and slay this dragon. How we're going to slay a dragon, I don't know. I know you can do it though. If what I've heard about Jake Armitage says anything, you can slay a dragon. It's just that we may have a problem doing that. Down the rabbit hole. The tiny cred stick feels heavy in your pockets, fat with the weight of hard-won new yen. The U-Bahn station swallows you up and sends you hurtling down the rabbit hole towards Alice, towards the information you've bled for. The train pulls to a stop and the doors hiss open to the dark, old platform. With luck, answers lie ahead. Let's cross our fingers and hope that we can at least get something out of Alice. Lovely little waiting area she has, huh? Alright. Alice's console stands alone against the filthy wall of the U-Bahn platform. The colorful sprites and flicker across the screen stand in sharp contrast to the surrounding grime. Insert the payment. The cred stick poured on the machine greedily accepts the payment. You watch as the black plastic of the cred stick case disappears into the console. Moments later, a message winks onto the screen. Stealth. Couldn't wait for you any longer. Something is tracking me. Something terrible. Need to get out of town. Go dark for a while. If you're smart, you will too. But a deal's a deal. When you punch the flashing button on the console, it'll spit out an optical chip with your information. Take my advice. Whatever this Volkler business is to you, drop it. Drop it and run. And for God's sake, Stealth, stay out of the Matrix. It isn't safe. The message fades from the screen, and a button on the console begins to flash. Press the button. You can hear the whine of motors spinning up in the arcade cabinet's guts. With a smooth mechanical motion, a generic brand optical chip slides out of the payment port in front of you. Abruptly, the screen goes black, the console powers down, the optical chip sits in its cradle, waiting for you to take it. Take the chip. The instant that the chip leaves its cradle, the machine reboots itself. You are again alone. Interesting. We got the chip, and there's definitely something in the Matrix. That's what got Monica. That's what got Green Winters. That's what got quite a few people, I'm assuming. Whatever the First Wing has that's in her way. Well, it is actually an area that she can't really rule or do anything because most dragons... Well, there's like one dragon in Shadowrun who actually has access to the Matrix, who can jack himself in. But pretty much no dragon can do it, so it's an area that they can't really control. But whatever she has in the Matrix, it does a heck of a job. As you settle in for your trip back to the Keys, you can feel rest of the rest of the world compartmentalize and fall away. No more distractions, just you, the train, and the optical chip. It sits in your pocket, but like a hot stone, impossible to ignore. The train ramps up to speed, filling the air with a monstrous electric whir. The sound is soft and low and urgent, like the droning wings of an enormous insect. It'd be soothing if your mind weren't preoccupied with other matters. All at once, the monotony is broken, your PDA is buzzing. A quick glance at the screen tells you that you're receiving a call, and that Paul M. Zell's on the other end. You hit the receive button on your PDA. One look at the grainy image that blossoms to life on the screen is enough to tell you that something has gone terribly wrong. The strangled sounds of panicked breathing punch through your PDA's tiny speakers. In the image window, you can see the outline of figures silhouetted against the backdrop of M. Zell's shop. The view rotates, bringing them toward the center of the frame. Oh no. The image sharpens. In the center of the screen stands an enormous orc in battle armor, a hand cannon leveled at something just out of frame. His face is a shiny mat of grafted tissue, his smile like something out of a nightmare. Let him go, you son of a bitch. The orc doesn't respond. You don't hear your own echo over Amzel's microphone either. He must have muted the volume on your end of the conversation. You watch powerless as the orc's grin widens, the frantic breaths that you hear coming from off-screen increase in frequency. From off-screen you hear Amzel's frantic voice. Aldrin, please, tell me what this is all about. What are the Firewing's plans? You're going to kill me anyway. Don't send me to the grave without... Your stomach drops as the gun bucks and roars in the orc's hand. Your view on the PDA pitches wildly, then comes to the sudden stop with a violent cracking sound. A burst of static floods the screen. Moments later, a dark shape falls into view with equivalent force. You hear the unmistakable sound of bone crunching against hard wood. The camera auto-adjusts and the dark shape swims into focus. You are staring into and through the dripping, cavernous ruin of what was once a human head. The remnants of the face that remain are enough to confirm what your gut already knows. The body on the screen is that of Paul M. Zell. From out of frame, far away, you can hear another voice, a woman, young, from the sound of it, with a military cadence. What now, sir? Now we press our advantage. Jam their comms, Ortega. The sounds of a hurried motion recede into the background. Alright, remember people, Amzel was the brains of the operation, but the rest will put up a lot more fight. Flush him out, and take him down, one by one. Another voice chimes in, a young man this time. Sir, look, at Amzel's wrist, the PDA, I think that's recording. God fucking damn it. You hear the roar of another gunshot and the screen goes dark. Amzel! Thank you for warning us. Your vision swims and the screen of your PDA seems to fade away. The impact of what you've just witnessed hammers you in the gut over and over again. Amzel's dead, the Keys is under attack, and it's entirely possible that an ambush partly is already waiting to meet you at the U-Bahn platform. Whatever your attackers have planned, you won't be able to do much about it from in here. The train is speeding toward the Keys station. No more stops between you and the enemy. Nothing to do but prepare yourself and wait. Man. Iger? Well, at least we do have a friendly face here, and it looks like Iger has put in some work. Thank you all for watching. Please be excellent to each other, and tune in next time for another thrilling installment in the adventures of Stealth, the Elven Rigger and Shadowrun Dragonfall, where hopefully we'll be getting some measure of revenge for what happened to Paul Amzell. Thank you, and have a nice day.